All right, so just to prove to you guys that I do not live under a rock and I'm not completely oblivious to spot price, I just checked it and spot price is $19.24. So it's continuing to slump, but we're not going to talk about that today. Today, I'm going to share with you guys some things that are a little personal to me, and I'm going to address a comment that I got my last video. How much silver do I have and what's my stack worth? So if you're interested in any of that, stick around. All right, so this comment comes from a viewer to my channel named Broke Stacker. Broke. Anyway, so he writes, let's play Guess the Value of the Stack, where we try to guess how big Joker's stack is. All right, so I posted my first YouTube video on June 20th, 2016, so almost exactly 6 years ago. And I know what you're thinking. Why don't I have 20 million subs by now? And I know, right? I mean, I'm universally loved. I make excellent content. I shower at least once a week. I have good hair. I mean, I don't understand it. Maybe it's YouTube's algorithms. Maybe they need to be adjusted. Whatever. So this is my first video. And funny story here, I got to tell you guys. I started recording this video that you're watching. And after about 5 minutes in, I realized I hadn't introduced myself. And I hadn't introduced myself because I didn't have a channel name. I mean, I created a YouTube account using my own name, my personal name. And it never occurred to me that I needed a channel name for the videos that I'm going to produce. And so, started thinking about it. Silver right there, the Joker on the coffee mug, and it just sort of came together, the Silver Joker. So anyway, so I started showing my silver right from the start. Very first video, I showed you guys the kind of silver I had in my stack. And I carried that on throughout my entire 6 years of posting YouTube videos. I always include some silver, some of my stack in my videos. And it's very common when we create these videos in the comments for someone to ask how much silver do we actually have. I'm not the only one that gets that question. I read a lot of comments on a lot of other content providers' videos, and I see the same kind of questions. How much silver do you have? How did you get all that silver? Those kind of questions. And I'm sure a lot of people are curious about that when they watch our videos. And I'll admit that it's hard to make an argument about that being a personal question when we're showing the entire YouTube stacking community our silver. And some silver stacking content providers, as you know, they answer that question by showing you full stack videos. And then there are many YouTube silver content providers who decide that they're not going to show hardly any silver. And then for an example, I'll give you like Wall Street Silver. Those guys, they hardly ever show any silver on their podcasts or the videos that they produce. But to me, that is a personal question. I mean, it is a very personal question, but I also understand the curiosity. I mean, I make YouTube videos. I'm always talking about the silver that I've stacked over the time that I've been stacking. I've shown you guys a lot of my silver. And so naturally, you guys have that question or that curiosity, or am I reaching my goals? Am I being successful in stacking silver? And the best way to show you guys that is to show the silver that I've stacked, since I've been giving you guys the positives of stacking physical silver. But I have shown you guys a lot of my silver. I have included at least some silver in every video that I've posted on YouTube in the silver stacking community. And for me, I use my silver really as kind of just a backdrop to the podcast. I mean, seldom do I talk about individual pieces of silver. For me, I'd much rather focus the subject of the video on how you can acquire more physical silver at the best price and how that's going to benefit you going forward. All right, so how much is my stack worth? Okay, so if you watch my last video, you know that I don't value my physical silver in monetary means. I only talk about how many ounces I have. For example, if I have 1,000 ounces, I don't say I have $30,000 worth of silver. That's not where I value my silver, because that number will change. And since I'm not ready to sell any of my silver right now, the actual price of the silver is irrelevant to me. All right, so how many ounces do I have? How many ounces does the Silver Joker have? How many ounces have I accumulated since I've been stacking silver? Okay, so this is probably not going to be the answer that you were expecting, because I'm not going to give you guys hard numbers. The truth is, I've reached several goals over my years of stacking, and I've changed or at least modified the number of ounces I believe I'm going to need several times. But listen, I completely understand the curiosity in how many ounces a YouTuber has in their stack. But beyond the curiosity, what is the purpose? What purpose would it serve for you to know how many ounces I have in my stack? So then for me, the question becomes, is it worth it to reveal the entirety of my physical silver holdings? I mean, you guys will get to see some silver. You guys get to see my entire stack. But then I'm left with whatever consequences may arise from that information being online forever. So to be honest, I'd rather you guys be interested in what's next rather than what was. Because once it's out there, once you have that information out there, it's online, it's forever. And so to me, I would rather you guys be interested in the information that I'm giving you and kind of anticipating what I may show you in the future than to go ahead and just put it all out there in one shot. But there's a lot of my stack that you do not see. Just because you see me at Franklin Street Coin buying silver does not mean that I show you all the silver that I buy. And I do buy from other places besides Phil. I have other bullion dealers that I deal with that I buy silver from that I don't necessarily show you guys. Because for me, I just do not want there to be a video inventory of my stack. I mean, it just does not appeal to me at all. I know that sounds a little paranoid, but that's where I'm at. I do show you guys a lot of my silver. I've shown you guys a lot of my silver over the years, just like you've seen in this video, and I'll continue to do that. But to reveal exactly how much silver I have, I think it does not serve any purpose other than just a curiosity, which I totally get. The thing about it is it that important? Is it necessary for you guys to know how much silver is in my stack? In the long run, it's better for the both of us if I just continue to show you guys the silver that I show you, the interesting things, because most of the silver that you guys see are things from my collection, not from my stack. And I show you guys bits and pieces of that throughout this journey that we're on. And I have some things that you haven't seen yet, and I'll cart that out and let you guys see that. Now, I'm not knocking anybody for full stack video. They're interesting, they're inspiring on a lot of levels, but they're just not for me. For you new viewers to my channel who have not subscribed yet, you may come to my channel because you see an interesting thumbnail. And then in the first few minutes of my video, you see me showing some silver. But what keeps you coming back is the content. The information that you gain is going to bring you back to my channel. If I've won you over, it's because of what I've shared with you and not so much what I showed you. At least that's how I choose to look at it. This video is going on a lot longer than I wanted it to. I appreciate you guys stopping by. More good content in the future, I promise you. And we're just going to keep the silver train rolling. I mean, the future is going to happen. Whether you want it to or not, the future is going to happen. All you can do is prepare for its arrival, because it's coming. Tomorrow is the future. That's how close it is. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Keep stacking. Peace.